Hey guys, today was a long day, so you know what? I didn't really have the time to do the research that I normally would like to do to really come up with something witty and clever and interesting to talk about. So you know what? I'm kind of go back in the archives and I'm try to pull something out of the old brain here that's gonna maybe find its way to the tube here and hopefully make something interesting out of this vlog because really I got nothing else. I'm going to tell you two stories. Two. If you want to hear the second story, you're going to have to watch the second video, which I'll hopefully post after this. The first video is about something that took place, I would say probably about 10 or 15 years ago. My sister and her roommate were moving into an apartment in an old Victorian style clay house in the older part of a city that they were living in. And it's one of these gorgeous neighborhoods where they're all red brick clay houses. They're all about 4 feet apart, and all the windows line up, and they're just gorgeous. Nice hardwood floors, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, we've been moving her in all day, and it was a long, long day. It was hot. We've been drinking tons of beverages, and so forth. And towards the end of the day, I decided that I'm going to take a moment to use the washroom. Now, the washroom in this house was on the inside alleyway, so when you went in there, like I said, the windows are from floor to ceiling, and the windows line up to the house directly beside them, which is literally like 4 feet away. So as I unzip my drawers and do what I have to do, I'm realizing that there's no windows or no curtains on these windows, and I think, well, geez, never mind. I got to go anyway. I'm doing it. So as I'm relieving myself, I look over to the left of me, out the window, and in the window directly across the 4 foot corridor between the houses is this old woman. She's got to be 70, 80 years old, and she's got her head all cocked aside, and she's looking at me, and she's kind of like ducking and weaving, and I think, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sorry, and I kind of wave at her, and oh God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe, oh my God, this old woman just saw my pigging, right? She just saw my junk. So I turn to the side a little bit, and I look over, and I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My bad, my bad. And she's still like looking, and now she's crooking over, and she's looking, and she's looking, and then she's doing one of these things, and she's got this really confused look on her face. Now, normally I would assume that's because she's trying to find out where it is, but no, she's actually trying to see me do my business. So I'm thinking, what the hell's wrong with this old girl? Has she never seen a Johnson before? Has she never seen whatever? So I turn a little farther over this way, and I'm just like, some people, man. And I look over, and the old girl's now got herself way out of whack, and she's looking, and she's trying to see. So I'm like, you know what? If you really want to see it that bad, I turn her over, and I wave it at her. Like, there you go. Hi, how are you? Here's my junk. Shake my head, and I zip up, and I go out into the living room. So I start telling my sister and all her friends about the old girl next door and how she was checking out my junk. And these two girls are mortified. They're like, how could you do this to us? This is where we live. These are our neighbors. We haven't even met them yet. And as I'm telling the story, I look over to tell them, I'm like, look, this house right here. And lo and behold, the living room windows all line up as well. And as I look through the window, I see in their living room, there's got to be about 15 or 20 of these old folks. And some of them are rocking, and some of them are scratching their head. Some of them are doing these little things with their hands. And I realized this house is probably a group home for special needs people. And it would look like most of them are old people. Now I'm mortified. I've just waved my junk at somebody who quite literally probably has the maturity level or mentality of maybe an 8 or 10-year-old. So everyone had a good chuckle about that, and that was the last time I used her washroom without making sure that everything was shut. And yeah, so I've never lived that down, and I feel like I've probably metaphorically raped this girl, her mind at least, and I feel horrible about it. So that's the first story, guys. I hope you found it as entertaining. It's way more entertaining when I can get up and do the actions, and maybe down the road I'll reenact it. If I can get myself in a situation where there's a similar style house or window. But anyway, that's what it is. What do you think? Is it funny? Is it stupid? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment. Make suggestions on future stories, or maybe even tell me one of your own. Have a good night. Bye.